Let's talk about our boy here.
Well,
One of my favorite players,
yep.
Lamar Jackson, man. Lamar Jackson, one of my
hmm
favorite players. This has been not a great year for Lamar. Let me go ahead and pull up some Lamar stats here. What have you thought about Lamar this year so far? Because I'm just kind of spitballing in my head and just thinking about it, like how I think about the years Lamar typically has. And when I think about this one, it just seems like a down one. But I'm going to look at the
hmm
stats if they substantiate that
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I mean, I you were kind of calling it last year with the whole playoff thing. Is he becoming the James Harden of the NFL? I mean, let's just
Man,
throw. I mean, are we getting there right there with him?
man,
Can
maybe. I mean, because Harden has the MVPs, right?
Yep, he
Um,
has MVPs.
it's going to
And
take,
when
yeah, and I think that's apt, man.
yeah, doesn't get along with coaches. Always blames other people. I mean, if you
Does
ever
he has he been blaming other people? Did he blame Harbaugh?
he
I
hasn't
didn't know that him and
he
Harbaugh had an
hasn't he
issue.
hasn't blamed anybody else. But have you ever seen more of a dysfunction between coach and player? Like Harbaugh comes
Really,
out and says
man, I haven't
something,
really noticed any of that. What's going on there
but just from
from what you see?
but when you see Coach Harbaugh will come out and say Lamar is this, and we expect him to play at this point, and then
Okay.
it gets to the game and it's something different, and it's been a lot of that. So you just gotta. It's been a lot of even this week. Oh, expect him to play, and now his status is up in the air. It's like you see a lot of those things that I've never seen a coach and a player just off on their message. Usually it's like coach says something and kind of player says, "Okay, yeah, he's right. Minor setbacks, blah blah blah. I should be playing on Sunday." It's been polar opposite. It's been a little dance this year with those two. So I'll be curious to see what happens at the end of the year. Because again, Harbaugh said this week he was like, doesn't look major. Should be going by the end of the week. And now we're going into Sunday going, oh, we
We
don't know
don't
if
know.
Lamar's gonna. We don't know.
You
So
don't know if he's going to be
you
out
don't
there,
know.
right?
So you're seeing a lot of the just not on the same page conversations with those two.
Man, I hope that's not the truth. I love Harbaugh. I love the Ravens in general, man. When I'm looking at Lamar's stats here, one of the things that kind of stands out to me about this is his rating is still always great. He's a good quarterback for the most part.
Yeah,
But one of the things that does stand out here is in the 6 games or in the 12 games, he has got 12 games that he's played. And I
yeah,
think one of these games, one of the 6 that I'm going to mention now, I feel like he got injured in, which was his last game.
right.
6 out of the 12 games, he has under 200 yards passing.
Yeah,
He has 147. So the last one was 101, which might have been on a tear if he had continued at that pace. I think he went out relatively early against New England. So that's 101 there, 150. But let's throw out the New England game. And let's just
yeah.
say 11 games. Let's just say 11 games. Out of the 11 games, 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 150 against Cincinnati, 153 against New Jersey, or against the Jets, New York, the Jets.
hmm
193 against Cleveland, hard defense. I get that. 176 against Minnesota, same thing, hard
hmm
defense. 147 against Kansas. So these are tough defenses that he's got these underperformances against. I think one of the
Right.
big things, the big problems, is that Lamar, when he has his rushing coupled with this kind of production, because you're looking at his production on the
Right.
season,
You
is
look at past that.
23-11.
Mhm.
Correct. Because he might have 70, 80 rushing yards to add on to that, and a rushing TD or two to add on
Mhm.
to whatever
Mhm.
that count is, which helps make Lamar. If you minus off the other stats, hold on, let me go to his, because if you minus off he's 63% on his completion this year, 63.7 down from 64.8, roughly a percentage point down there. Only started this. Yeah, he's only played 12 games, 6-6, and 6-6 is his record too in
Yeah.
those games. By the way, when you look at his, let's see if I can look at his rushing here. Let's get rushing stats. Um, Okay. So he's even when you're looking at his yards per attempt are
Mhm.
pretty good at 8.1. He 8.8 last year, but it's not like those are trending down because you can see look at trends and it's not like he looks like he's trending down. It's not like all his statistics as you look at them show either that he's regressing or progressing. You know what I mean? Like they're kind
Right.
of up and downs in areas. So it's not like you can look at it and say, hey, he is just falling off.
But when you
Um,
watch him on TV, there's something different. That's the thing
yeah,
that's
the
different.
watch on
Yeah.
TV is something like
Mhm.
that whole thought of kind of like he will find a way, kind of like he's going to win this game, bro. Like, because Lamar just doesn't lose games. So there's
Yeah.
always a way when I'm watching him play that I used to think, and I can't say that I don't totally think it. I still think it to a certain degree, but it just hasn't had the same certainty this year. And I would say the
Mhm.
same. Mahomes had the same thing. Mahomes and Lamar both had this problem for me this year. That certainty that they would win. At least with
Yeah.
Mahomes, there was a certainty he would perform because Mahomes was still performing
Right.
on his side of the ball. But that certainty that Kansas City would win. And it's kind of the same thing with Lamar. That certainty that he'll win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know. What have you been seeing differently? I'm gonna try to find his rushing stats here for the game, and we'll see.
If it's
Oh yeah,
if I'm looking at it, there's an injury somewhere. I mean, it just doesn't look.
340 on the rushing yards, by the way, this year so far.
Yeah, it just doesn't
Way,
look like.
way down. 19 yards.
Yeah.
Longest rush, 19 yards. 48 was his longest rush last year. His rush yards per game, if he continues this, will be his lowest since his rookie season. His rush yards per game at 28.3. Abysmal in comparison to his 53 last year, 51 the year before that, 63.7 the year before that, 63.9 the year before that, 67 point the year before that, 80
Mhm.
rushing yards per game the year before that.
Right.
Now
Right. And yeah.
28.3. You can't have that with those. I mean, if you have those rushing numbers where you're only rushing for 28 yards and you're adding your kind of passing numbers as being what they are, then you're going to be a good quarterback. You'll be a good QB. You'll be a good QB.
Right.
You just won't be Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? You'll be
No.
a good QB, you know?
Yeah. That's the thing. You can tell like there's something up, and defenses are not fooled by him because he used to be like fake the rush and bring the linebackers in and create more of those one-on-one matchups, or they have the middle of the field open, and now they're not fooled by it. Like we don't believe you're going to run on us because I think there's some kind of injury that's going on that it just because he's not himself. Like those stats back it up right there. The eyeballs back it up because they're not scared of him this year. Like last year, dude would just fake a run. He would bite. He would have everyone biting, and then he would have the one-on-one matchups he needed. And if he didn't get it, then he would run for the first down or whatever, or run where it's manageable first down. So yeah, there's something going on. There's just definitely you can't just be that explosive from a year ago and then just all of a sudden just those those stats just they don't just die overnight. That's there's an injury going on that we don't know about.
No, something else I kind of want to bring up that it's different from the Ravens this year than is what they were last year. Is the Ravens last year, when they would come into town, the Ravens come rolling through town, you would think to yourself, man, okay, here comes 30, man. They're going to destroy. They're going to at least give us 30 points. Like we're gonna have to put up, we're gonna have to really do what we need to do to kind of hold up with these guys because they're going to give us, 25, 30 points. And it just doesn't seem like that. The Ravens roll into town this season, especially second half of the season, because first half of the season, you still have the mystique of the previous season there. So people are still looking at you kind of like the previous season, those first few games. But after you get about halfway through the season, people are looking at you at the new you. The new you doesn't look as scary as the old you looked.
Right.
You know what I mean? They look like just regular guys. So there's still that's not like there's not time. I mean, they're not terrible. It's not like they've only won 2 games. I don't like the Raiders out here, but when you have expectations, man, kind of like when we were discussing early in the show about the Lions, there's expectations sometimes, even if you just look like a middling team or a slightly above average team that can still be disappointing. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what the Ravens are looking like right now.